So today is August 29th. Okay. Come the third class of this class. Before start, I just want to there's a YouTube channel. I'm gonna post it today after this class. Maybe later. I will put an announcement on there. Actually, announcement is not on there. How about this? I'll put on here the syllabus and the intro. So it's the first module, and you will have the access. And then in here is called TAMU teaching, and all the recordings in this. Hey, before I start, let's just review what we did last time, right? Just quickly review. You don't have to follow me in this case, right? What we know about SketchUp at this point, we know how to change the views.
Yeah, how do you do that? You click the mouse, like hold down on the mouse.
Yeah.
That's the first one I've gotten.
Thank you. So you know how to change the views. You know how to zoom in and zoom out. You know how to select, right? There are two kinds of select like this or select like that, right? You know how to draw a box, how to draw lines, right? You know how to move things up, right? Move things down, right? And you know how to create services by just simply connect lines. That's what we did last class. We create a pyramid. Remember the pyramid, right? And then we know how to move things up, move things down. We know, when you do things, you want to make sure it's on face or on point, so you know the accuracy, right? That's the other thing you do is enter numbers. If I want to make this like 100 by 100, I did 100. 100 feet versus 100 feet. So enter numbers. That's another thing we learned. So it's 100 feet by 100 feet. And we can add measurements on there too. Oh, the other thing we learn is how to open that large tool set, right? Click large tool set. So you have all the tools you need. And you can use the dimension. You click right click, just somewhere in the middle gray area here. There's a large tool set.
Drag across the screen. Like how do you move to like see the
What do you mean by
like,
that?
what do you drag?
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Oh, you hold shift and the middle button, and you can pan them, you can drag them. You're welcome. Yeah, always. So just ask me, anyway. So this is a quick review what we did last time, right? There's other thing we did is move, selection and move, right? If I want to select this, there are two ways to select them. One is from the top to the bottom. Boom. Only select what I'm gonna select. That's a question. The box and header, right? Let's see this. The box and header selected. But if I draw the same box, but it's from the bottom to the top, what I will select? Everything. Right? So the reason is when you start from the bottom, you select everything that it touches. When you select from the top, you only select the things that's included in the box. Okay, that's actually very important. Okay, so when you do your own model in the future, you have thousands of objects and you need to select them, right? So selection is really important. Okay, that's another thing we learned. So what's the other thing we learned? We learned how to move and copy, right? I move them, I hold shift, I copied, and I can copy whatever I want, right? I can also rotate them if I want. This rotation tool. Again, it's always you want to select them first, and you don't have to follow me on this one, okay? I just want to do a review, but so see, you can copy them if you want, right? Okay. Okay. Again, if I want to delete this, I can select like this, or I can select from the bottom. But the issue with select from bottom is I also gonna select the things underneath them. So I just select from the top and delete it. you know, select from the top, delete it, right? But the issue you see here, that's another issue sometimes, right? When you delete things, sometimes, it's supposed to be a service. Right now, the face is gone. In this case, I just draw another line. Then the face is back, and then I just delete that line. I select that line and delete. So that's kind of, yeah. Anyway, that's a new thing. And the other thing is repetition. So basically, you move. Say I want to move like 30 feet. I enter number 30 feet. How do you say that? Like the preferences? Apostrophe. Thank you. Apostrophe. So you hit it, apostrophe, right? And then I want to repeat 10 times. I hit X 10. Remember we did that, right? Okay, that's what we did last class. Okay, good. I'm gonna delete them all, and we're gonna move to today's class. Oh, by the way, if you want to select everything, Control A. Okay, you want to select everything, Control A. See, everything selected. Well, yeah, and I select everything, delete, start from scratch. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna delete this whole software and then start from scratch. So I have header over there. Let me just go to SketchUp again. Perfect. Okay. Screenshot is working. Okay, header is here. Let's build a house. The first thing is you need a land, right? You need like your parcel, right? Normally, average parcel land, everybody know like generally normally parcel land. Usually, an acre is kind of too big. Like how big is an acre, by the way? How big is a football field? It's like an acre, actually. Yes, a football field.
Really?
Yeah, if you check like so that's one thing to kind of have a scale, right? Like how big is an acre? Okay, is it bigger than expected or smaller? Okay, and so also like I remember like soccer field is kind of like 500 feet long, that kind of thing. So yeah, give you kind of a sense. Okay, so normally a lot of houses like small, like a general single family plot is about 150 to like 200 300, sometimes I would say 150 long to kind of a 60 wide. So usually all the houses nowadays is actually smaller because it costs too much, land costs too much. So how about we just do like a general normal one is, let's create a box, and I want that box to be 150 feet and to 60 feet. Okay, you see how big that is, right? You see header there? It's actually pretty big. 150 to 60. 150 to 60 is a feet. It's not inch, okay? It is a feet. It's not inch. 100.
What do you put like in between the numbers?
Just the comma. Yeah, the comma.
150 apostrophe comma 260.
So you can make sure that by use this dimension tool, we kind of use that a lot already, right? So just make sure. Yes. Yes. How do you draw a triangle? How do you draw a rectangle?
I think.
Oh, go to measurement. Click the measurement tool. You just click it, and you click one point, and click the other point, and you drag it out. Then they will show, okay, that's exactly 150 feet. Right? Yeah, this is the first step. Buy your land. Okay? There's nothing you can do without land. It's actually is one of the most powerful things on earth is your land, because it's limited. Okay, you have it, just the house turned down, something like that. But and also it's unique. This land is in this location. There's no other location. It's the same location as this one. Okay, so first step, finish your land. Okay, perfect, perfect. Good, good.
Or 130, 60 by 160. I didn't want to do 60. Don't like on that. I did that too, but I. Yeah.
Heather's in the middle of it.
I feel like.
There's usually like a undo button.
There is, today, 260.
I heard that it was
150 by 60.
by,
Okay.
yeah. You just. What is that?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So I can move forward, okay? Use this tool. Imagine here. Click it. Click one point, the other point, and drag it out. Perfect, 150. You're good, good.
There were a lot of.
I got you.
Oh, I'm cute. Maybe click. See, when you look at that one, it changed, right? So you don't click that. You number.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we have our land. Yes, let's create a house. This house is, let's just draw a box somewhere. No, we'll leave it there. That's the owner there. So let's start with the middle. See, there's a line in the middle. You can actually, every time you want to draw a line, you start with the point, and when you move the mouse around like the line, they will attach them. They automatically detect them for you, right? See, and then see here this end point, but when you move it in kind of almost in the middle, it's a midpoint. So they're very smart. They can automatically detect midpoint for you. Okay. So if I want to detect, I want to start from this point and I draw a line. See, and also see this red. What by the way, what red mean? The red line, what that mean? That's one thing, but the other thing is it always parallel with the X with this red direction, right? So I can draw a line that's like our driveway, right? Usually you have a garage, the garage is the driveway up, right? So, usually it's about 25 feet, okay? It's about normal houses, 25 feet. So let's just draw a line that's 25 feet and hit enter. That's a perfect 25 feet line, okay? Now, how I know that? I measure them here. 25 feet. Okay, so again, accuracy and accuracy, okay? After you do this, actually you can already work with a computer somewhere here, You can.
Make the. Oh yeah, I forgot how to pull up the bar on the side.
Good. Perfect. Good, thank you. Okay. You guys are picking up things faster and faster, I can tell. That's really cool. Okay, perfect. Wait a minute. Why? Hello? Muted. Hello? Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm testing the microphone. Okay, good. So our house should start here, basically. That's like a reference point, okay? We'll delete this line and build a driveway next class, okay? This class, we just focus on the house. Any house, we start with the box. I probably draw the house first and then move it there, okay? Because I want the house in the middle. So basically, I just draw a box, and this is kind of the size of my house, okay? I want to make it, usually, let's see. How about 50 feet? To, let's say 50 to 70. 70 feet. Okay, it's like this. One thing you find out is, in my case, it looks like this. You see here? It's out. It's out of my sight, right? So the best practice to do this is you draw the house outside first, and then move them in. Okay. So what I do is I just draw my house instead of on my land. I draw it outside. Control Z to go back. Yes. Control Z to go back. Okay. Control Z. Control Z to go back.
Wait, get back to the.
So I forgot to actually. There's another thing super important. I forgot is sometimes you want to save your file during the way in case your computer crash. If you want to save your file, is save. you just hit save, and it just save somewhere in your computer. You know, like just say house. Yeah. Sometimes your computer crash and then you lost everything. You have to draw everything over again. So it's a good idea to save. Okay, I just save. Okay, I saved. You can do it, or you can. Yeah, it's okay. You don't do it today, but when you do your exercise, we'll have assignment later. Okay. Okay, let's create a box. That box should be 50 by 70. Make sure 50 feet by 70 feet. You want to make sure you put the apostrophe. Okay, that's my house. It's 50 by 70. I can prove it by measure them here. Okay. But the issue with this is my house is kind of you know, tilted, you know, like I don't want to. I want to rotate them. So I need to rotate them so I can fit with my land there. I just use the rotation tool. Rotate them kind of like this. Well, like this. So it's kind of aligned, vertically aligned, right? Okay, just practice. Okay, this let me see. College Station. Let me show you what kind of houses we're trying to build. Okay, while you are doing this. Okay, I know there's some new communities in the town. They're building new houses there. There's some new communities here. Yeah, this is all these houses are new, brand new. You know, like that's kind of the size of our house. Everybody use like Google Map. You know, Google Maps is actually a very good tool to kind of, you know, to kind of test. You know, you see like the house is, the front end is kind of a narrow, but when you go to the other end, it's actually super long. Okay, that's kind of what we're doing here. Okay. Yeah, how about this one? This one actually is something pretty typical. Yeah, similar like this. Okay, doesn't have to be exact same, but start. Okay. We're good? We're good? Okay, perfect. Once this is done, we should build a house, raise it up. So this house need to be usually, you know, 10 feet tall. You need to make them 10 feet. How to do that is you drag. So during the way when you drag, you hit like 10. It's kind of like the same thing when you do others, right? 10. So it's 10 feet tall. That's come 10, right? So this is kind of a big house actually. So we probably need to do two stories instead of one. Okay, but for now we're good. This is the first story, and when you do the second story, when you, here's the thing here, when I move again, this first story, right? When I raise again, see move, right? But if you hit the control, they will create. See, you keep that line. So I will do another 10 feet. That's second story. Just hit control once. Yeah. See, I can push it, but then I just hit control once. Then start it. You don't hold control. Just hit it once. Don't hold control. Just hit it once. Hit it. That's it. Just click it once. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Just make sure it's 10 feet. Okay. So what I want, accuracy again. Accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. Okay. See, the first story 10 feet. The other story is also 10 feet. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Then normally, you have a garage. That's kind of all the most houses have garage, right? The garage usually, 10 feet tall, and there's a lot of roofs going around there, the way to do it is I usually draw it, vertically. Okay, so see here, when you click this rectangle, when you move here, you see it's blue and it's like this, right? But when you move your mouse on this vertical face, it turns to like a red, and then you can see on face. And I can actually start from the edge here. Okay, then it's free. You can draw it from anywhere. Okay, but I just click it. It kind of clicks somewhere like this. Somewhere here. The garage is pretty big usually. Half the house, or at least like 1/3. It's clicked here. So I kind of have these faces defined. I can, the two ways yeah, that's the first step, I guess. I can even drag this one a little bit. Well, I will talk about it later, actually. Do this first. Do this first. And then let's draw another, this kind of the entrance, okay? It's like a, how do you say that? Like foyer. The entrance, we want to make the entrance grand, big, grand, nice, that kind of thing. So we want it all the way to kind of the half of the second floor, similar kind of like that, right? And you want them kind of like almost like similar, okay? This freedom, you can do whatever you want, but similar like this, okay? So we need a garage on the side, and then yeah, it's not like this one. It's kind of a similar like this one. See that? Okay, but it is one floor. We're kind of 2 floor. Okay, that's a lot of houses are built that way. But I guess this community, most of them are 1 story. So, yeah. Anyway, but
Our second story can be our attic.
and then I don't want this line here. You just click it and delete it. So you have these whole faces down here, right? So, see, I have this annoying line. I just select this line and delete it. You can click there's a delete in your mouse. Just click it to delete it. Okay, we're almost done there. We're almost finished the kind of we'll call it profile, right? Then Windows. We need 1 window in here, and let's just draw 1 window down there. Then I will show you. Let's move it somewhere. Okay, something like this.
Yeah.
And then let me just move this window up. How to move it up? You just control to copy, and okay, look at screen. This is what magic happens. Okay. The question, the issue I want is I want to make sure these 2 windows are perfectly parallel with each other. Okay, how I do that is you just see here, you double click, they will select everything that connected with the point you double click, and then you use the move tool, you hit control once, then you can kind of move them around, right? But the issue is I want to make sure it's parallel. It's very kind of detailed. So see here, when you move this line, see there's a line down there. When you move the line, they'll automatically attach there, the edge. And then when you move around the edge, they always move. Crash.
No.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, then you have the window down there. Okay,
You hit control again. That's the problem.
we're good?
Oh, control again. Zoom in all that. Hit control one more time.
You just hit control. When you can move them, you just hit control, so they will create a new copy. So you select them first, and then you use move tool, so you can move them, right? So once we are at this step,
Do you hold control?
you just hit it once. That's it,
And then you put it,
and you move.
and then what do you hit to copy it? Just click like your left.
Oh,
mouse button. Okay, gotcha.
Perfect. Thank you for helping. I mean, so then for the window on around top of the garage there, I want to do multiple smaller ones. So the way to do it, I remember we did the scale tool last time, right? Actually, there are two ways to do it. One way is I use scale tool to scale it like this. The other is I just select this line, and I move it. Actually, use this one this time. I select this line and I move it like this. So almost, yeah, then we're pretty good when we have this. So the final thing I want to do is I will create a small window down here, just very small, like this, kind of like this, okay? And I just copy and paste it, kind of like 3 times. Make sure they're kind of have similar distances. Actually, I want to make sure exact same distance. How to do that is you copy and you move to here and you X2. That's too much. So I have to probably do it again. Again, these are the techniques we use already, right? You click it and X2. Okay, perfect. And I move this a little bit left. And then that's pretty much it. Okay. This is the end result. You don't have to be exact same, but the general structure should be, we have a huge entrance, we have a window here, we have another window there, we have a garage, and I have some small windows on there.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Okay, but his is smaller. It's from a little bit.
So then we're gonna.
But it's not like our shape.
Move it. There you go. There you go. Perfect. You're almost there.
Should it be the length of the garage?
Whatever you like. Yeah, it's your house
How
now.
did
So
you even?
the general structure is like this, but you have the exact size or something like that.
How did you mix them like evenly, space?
So it was like this. And the next two.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like last time, kind of how to.
It should be simple. Does it have to be perfect?
It doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah. Okay, perfect. A lot of you did that. So that's a question. I guess you probably have a question. Okay, how to make sure they exactly the same distance, right? There's 2 ways to do it. Let me just delete this. So one way is I just draw a line here. Say I draw a line, say I want distance to be like this. And then I just move it through the line. That's one way to do it. The other way is there. Okay, this is another way to do it. Okay, that's actually more, so you don't have to remember that x2, repetition, that repeat function. So you just draw a line, and so it's exact same distance between the two. So that's another way to do it. Okay. Okay, so once this is done, let's take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of here, and then okay, perfect. Then what we do, okay, yeah, just take a screenshot, and I will show you the next, which is, I'm pretty sure you can do it, do others. So
Can we just take a screenshot of the face?
the face, yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're pretty good on this step, and we have like 20 minutes. Again, I do a lot of accuracy stuff, right? So usually the garage is a little bit inside, so I just pull them inside a little bit. That's one thing. And the other thing is, usually, the second floor is a little bit kind of short. I will move the second floor inside once, and then even more. I know the window looks like a weird, right? But just move them a little bit more, like this. Okay, we'll fix the window later. Okay. Again, actually, for this window, you can move the back. You can have the window a little bit like pop out a little bit like this, right? And do the same thing for somewhere else. Actually, hey guys, please look at the screen. That's another thing. Okay, please look at the screen. Okay, I have a question. See here, I move this window in, right? I want to do the same thing for this face, but I want to make sure it's exact same as that window. How I do that? I'm moving now. How I do that? The way to do it is you just move your mouse. See, I'm already like this, right? You move the mouse to this point, they automatically detect that. So you will see, oh, these two things are exact same depths. Okay. So then we can do the other window, kind of make them. Then other windows just random. We'll work on this later, maybe next class. But okay, pretty good. And of course, the entrance need to be better. Really, this is the middle point. Okay. Okay, then we need kind of create an arc for this thing. Okay. How do you create an arc? That's another question. You see, there's 2-point arc. Everybody good at this point? Okay, I'm waiting. Sorry, I'm moving to the best. Yeah, just do the windows first. Have a little bit depth on the second floor. Okay. A new function, and then well, 10 minutes. Then we start from. Then we'll start this next class. Okay. The goal of these 2 weeks. I'm sorry, not 2 weeks. For this week is to create this house, things like that. Okay. Then I want to do an arc. How to do that? Okay. The arc kind of cannot be too big. I think my house is kind of too. The entrance is kind of too tall. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay. Okay. So there's a tool called. See this 2-point arc. See that? The reason it's 2-point is because you can control them, right? So you click one point, click the other point, and you raise up. Oh, that's arc. Can you see that? Let me see that. So the reason it's 2-point is you click the first endpoint, the second endpoint, and you raise them up. then you can create whatever arc you want. Yeah, confused? Oh, you good? Okay. Yeah, just let me know. I can do it again. Okay. So all you need is click this profile, and they create faces for you, and you can pull them back. So you have an arc like that. And I have a question. Right now, I have this face, I have this face. How I make it just one face? Yes. You delete the line, you click, and then this one face. I can make this a nicer entrance, a bigger, right? So see how accurate we are, right? So we're creating something that's accurate, and exactly what we want. Okay.
Windows like not on the house.
The windows not on the house.
Like this window.
Oh, yeah, yeah, because when you move them around, then on the service, you just select this. You actually go up to the place. I would try to make a rectangle down to the. Yeah, select this.
Yeah, and then.
So you only select because you start from top. Then you move.
And then
You kind of want to select here. It's always on.
I don't know if it's. Wait, there are. And green is good.
You want to pick the.
Yeah.
On face, there you go, that's what I want. Come right here, and then move that, yeah,
Not exactly.
kind of similar, yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, take screenshot of this arc, and then I'm gonna show you another tool.
Yes.
Actually, don't take a screenshot yet. I'm gonna show you another tool, and then we pretty much not actually another two tool. Okay. There's another tool. Is this one? It's called what that is? Why don't offset? Yes. What do? Is you click it. You just see they will automatically detect a face. All you need to do is you click, then they will drag a curve for you, kind of like copy and paste. Have an edge. That's how you do those kind of details. And then I can do this. So I'll have like inside and outside. But what I want to do is I want to make sure it's inside. So I draw two lines in here. And then I delete this line. And I push them in. So it's a kind of like an entrance over there.
What was the?
Could you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. How far in do we need to push it?
Whatever you want. Do you feel comfortable? Yeah. So so start with this offset. I offset, right? So I have an edge. And then once you have an edge, you can push them in already, but I don't like this step, right? You just draw two lines on here. One line here, the other line here. And you delete the line in the middle, and you push them in. They're pushing out actually. So I push them in somewhere I want. Okay, so that's kind of how similar entrance is. You can do the same thing for windows. Okay, see this window? I have this window, right? I use the offset tool. Edge. I push them in a little bit. That's one window. You can out too, yeah. As long as you have like a rim, right? Trim or rim or whatever. So border, yeah, it seems like that. So
Oh, you're just putting a.
so it's not like just one line. Okay, so things like that. Same thing with this. Just do all the windows. Push them in. Okay. Okay. I mean the last step, right? Let me just do the same thing. So you can even control the size, right? You can do 1 inch, 2 inch, or whatever. Okay. Here's another. I will show you later. Actually, sorry, I'm kind of talking to myself. Okay. Okay, just watch the screen if you finish this. Okay. Almost done. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Here's one thing I want to show you is SketchUp have a very cool. That's kind of a little bit of advanced techniques. Maybe not, but see here. I have this box. I have another box. I have another box. I have 3 boxes, right? If I say I push this like 10 feet, if I double click, then I want to push this one, but I want to push exact same height. You just double click. They will do the same. So you double click. They will do every time they will do 10 feet. If you double click. So it's it just makes things a little bit quicker because say I have a lot of windows here, right? I have like a 1 window, you know, the other window, the other window, the other window, the other window, and I want to push them like a 2 inch, right? So you push it 2 inch. So that's 2 inch. All I need to do is just double click. So every time is 2 inch. Okay, I just want to show you that. So hopefully save you some time in the future. Okay. That's good start for today. We're 16. Okay, what else? We can do a little bit more actually. Okay, then we don't want our house getting flooded. We need to create like a ramp. The way to do it is I draw a line here. Oh shoot, they fill them again. But you click it, you delete it, then you have this, right? And you just move this inside up a little bit. Actually, I just draw a line here. I draw a line here. And I draw a line here. Yeah, inside there. Yeah. And then boom, that's a ramp. Well, it's not that obvious, but it is a ramp. So you can tell from here. See?
Filling in the whole thing.
Can you do that again?
Yeah. Yeah, let me do it again. So this is how it looks like right now. When I draw a line, they will because SketchUp will automatically do a lot of things. I click it, it's automatically do the things I don't want, right? They fill this whole thing. I just click and delete. So I have this thing inside. So once I have this thing inside, all I do is I draw another line a little bit taller than that, and I draw another line here on the edge, and draw another line here in the edge. Then they create a ramp for me. Good. Oh yeah. There's another one here, there, then it's around. Yeah, you just find all those edges. So in SketchUp, as long as all the lines are in the same face, they'll automatically create a service for you. Okay. So what else we can do, usually there's another door inside, usually, this time I'm gonna make it's a bigger one, bigger door inside, okay? It's like this tall. It's a little bit, yeah. Yeah, it can be whatever you like. And this time I'm gonna do I'm gonna draw a circle in the middle, like this. I'm gonna delete the middle. It's like a badge. I don't know. You can. This kind of like another window, but it's like a circle. Shoot, I don't like this. No, I don't like this. Do whatever you want, but we need a door and we need another window inside. Okay, I'm gonna put a circle in the middle here. I like, yeah, this looks better to me. Probably not to you, but again, we'll do the same thing. We wanna use the offset tool to make the edge. Shoot. Okay. Okay, that's what we have. 5 minutes. And we can start. Cool, that's great. I really like this. So you know what? We have like 4 minutes. I just want to share with something, about this kind of stuff, right? You guys will pick up quicker and quicker and quicker. In the end, you will feel like I'm slow. So that's what we call. They said, like, Einstein said, the eighth miracle. Anybody hear about that? The eighth miracle in the world is what? It's called compounding. Compounding is the eighth miracle of the world. Okay, what does that mean? It means about skills. So once you learn something longer and longer and longer through time, you will pick up things quicker and quicker and quicker. You learn faster. Okay, so maybe to pick up one tool you need like 10 minutes, but in the end, to pick up one tool you probably only need 1 second or 10 seconds. Okay, that's actually what I feel, because I do this a lot. Where there's a new tool released, I just look at it. Okay, I know what it is immediately. So just keep doing this, practice. Then you will feel super familiar. Nothing is difficult. Okay, it's about time. Really, time is the eighth miracle of the world. Okay, so I think that's it for today. I wanted to show you some new things, but I think I will leave to the next class. Okay, and thank you for whoever share your license to me. Okay, so if you don't have like a screenshot, you just submit. Just say I'm the one who's working with other people or something like that. Okay, so take a screenshot, and that's it for today.